Welcome, everybody. You're here with DJ Sam on Slammin' Tunes, and I have the pop duo, Midaz and Ellie.
Hello.
Hi.
And, I'm going to ask them a few questions today. They're hanging out with me, and we're going to actually be playing their new track, Down Together. And I'm already going to tell you, if you haven't checked it out, you're definitely going to want to. It's a really cool track. So, at first I was wondering how you guys came together. I did a little research on you. I found out you guys are brother and sister.
Yep, that's how it happened.
I've known it for a while.
So that's kind of cool. That's actually really unique. I have not come across that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we get told all the time. People are like, "Are you guys married or something?" She's like, "Gross."
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. No, I started singing at the age of 12, and he was rapping on the side, and it just kind of came together
naturally.
Yeah, I was doing his back vocals for a few shows he was doing on the side, and then we did this one single, and we decided, hey, maybe we should be a duo.
Yeah, it was after we featured together, we're like, why not make this a duo thing? Isn't that marketing genius right there?
Yeah.
It is really, and I'm like I said, I was really kind of blown away that brother and sister. And how does that work? How do you guys come up with your music?
Well, it's pretty much a typical brother-sister relationship. People always tell us, "Wow, you guys are so good. You're able to work together and you don't fight." We're like, we fight all the time. Yeah. It's just we're surrounded with incredible people that believe in us, so we get into writing sessions and just have fun with these people, and it just comes out naturally. But we still fight in the background, but I think that's part of it.
Yeah, but it's not that bad.
But it's the typical brother-sister relationship you would imagine.
We get over it pretty easily, and then we just move on to doing music that makes us happy and makes other people happy. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't think I could work with my brother or my sister in that capacity.
To me, it's I'd rather be able to choose my teammate and have my brother as my teammate than, when you're in school and you have those group projects and they put you in a team and you're like, ugh, I don't want to be with those people. I'll have to do all the work myself. Well, I feel like I'm with my brother and
he's going to do all the work.
No. It's just going to be equal distribution, and I know that we can rely on each other.
Yeah, loyalty is never an issue.
But I also bet that you guys can also kind of get in each other's heads and kind of know you've kind of got a different perspective, and I think that probably helps in some situations, doesn't it?
Yeah. It actually goes both ways, because sometimes we know each other so much that we can annoy each other with small details that wouldn't annoy us in another writing partner. And then let's say she doesn't like my idea, or I don't like her idea. Watch out, there might be a fight there.
But not really.
Not a real fight, but just we can annoy each other more
I feel
easily.
It's also fun just because one look, I can tell what he's thinking right away, so you kind of cut out.
Let's say someone else has an idea we don't necessarily like. She knows right away, so she can back me up, and we're like, okay, how do we get out of this one?
Yeah.
So when you guys sit down to write a track, what's your process? Do you come up with the melody first? Do you come up with the lyrics first, or does it just kind of just walk me through it?
Yeah, well, this year we were in LA and we were writing with this production team. 3 guys, one from Sweden and 2 guys from LA, and they're so great. They're so comfortable to be around. And so this one guy, the guy that plays the guitar, he starts strumming it and strumming chord ideas. And then we're like, oh, I like that, change that, okay, keep that. And then we're really good when there's just a guitar riff to start basically randomly humming over it and trying to find melodies. And usually 90% of our tracks are started with just a guitar riff, and we're just going to be vibing on melodies, and then she adds to it, and I add to hers, and
everyone sort of pitches in, and we all have our iPhones, and we're recording everything.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense in the beginning, but then it sort of all just comes together.
Yeah, and at the end we can picture the complete track with even if we only have our first vocal and the guitar riff. So that's what we like doing the most, I guess.
That's a really great answer.
Why, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You say that you're you're working on some new stuff. Do you have like a new album or EP in the works?
Well, we wrote like 100 songs in the last year. So we have a whole bunch of stuff, but right now what's working best for us is single by single deal, where we release a single and then we promote it as much as possible, and then like this, then Down Together, which is right now charting in Canada, which is working great for us. But we're thinking like if we would release an EP tomorrow, the crowd is not big enough yet, so we want to release a second single, then work on that and focus all the money on that instead of spending a whole bunch on an album. And we'll do the EP when we're satisfied with the how large the crowd is and we think it's worth it. But we have so much songs in the background right now.
But the point is we're gonna go and write another 2 months in LA for
This fall.
Yeah, this fall, and we're looking forward to releasing. We don't know yet, an EP or an album for Christmas. That's what we're hoping.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to hearing new stuff from you guys. So
Thanks. We're excited. Like, we have so many songs that we think, oh, this one is so good, and I can't wait for other people to hear. So we're really excited.
do you have like a favorite track so far that you guys have written?
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
They're all so good, I'm just kidding. But
we just like all of them for different reasons, because we've been experimenting and just what we've been creating and discovering that we can actually create music that we feel like we're expanding and learning new stuff. Every song has its own story.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite one is the one we haven't written yet and that we're about to write. Like that day in the studio when you finish it and you're like, this is my new favorite
every time
one.
I freak out in the studio, I'm like, you don't understand. This is the one. And then we write one the next day and we're like, no, you don't get it. This one is the one.
They are all kind of like your children, You love each one of them, but for different reasons.
Exactly.
Definitely, yeah.
So, no, I totally get that. I see that you guys have done, some live sets. Do you have a favorite venue that you've performed at?
Yeah, for sure. Festival d'été de Québec, which is like the second biggest summer festival in the world, I think. It's in Quebec City, where we were born and where we live at the moment. And we opened for LMFAO in front of like 60,000 people 2 years ago, and that was huge for us.
Yeah, that was crazy because it was on the main stage,
Yeah.
and it was just
People like that we know from our city that have been following us, some people who doubt that we'll make it, some people who support us, all of them were there to see, and it was just
seeing
crazy.
people like sing your lyrics in the front row is kind of surreal. It was crazy. So yeah, that definitely, I agree with him.
I've had other artists tell me that that's when it really hit them, and that's when they really realized my music's out there, my music is touching people, my people know my music, and that was kind of like their aha moment, their I've made it kind of moment.
Yeah, well,
I don't think we don't think we've made it, but I mean, for sure, when I'm driving and I hear our song right now on the radio, I'm like, oh my gosh,
But I think
still get that feeling.
It's
for
all
sure.
about like pushing the bar higher, where at that time that was what satisfied us, and then we lived it and it was crazy and we remember it, but we're like, our thirst isn't quenched yet, like we want more and more, but we can still appreciate the small things. And I get what you mean, like people singing our lyrics and us just
that
being
was incredible.
like, oh wow, that's our song they're singing. But then they're like, okay, what's next? And that's the journey that we love so much.
So if you had a chance to collaborate with any artist in the world, who would you want to collaborate with?
Well, my idol is Beyonce. Just as much for her music, as a woman, as a businesswoman. I just love her. I could go on about her forever. So yeah, I would definitely collaborate with her. I don't know about you.
I'd go with Drake.
Oh, good answer, because he's from Canada.
Oh yeah, wasn't because of that, but I mean, I grew up like to Drake's music when he was first starting, and I can't necessarily relate to all the subjects, but I mean, I get where he's coming from, and I just enjoy him. So I'm in the zone when I listen to Drake. So it would be Drake for sure.
If somebody were to find let's say your MP3 player, or you find your phone and were to scroll through your music, name a couple of tracks that you might have hanging around in there.
In mine, you would probably find like 95% just huge hip hop, like that dirty hip hop, that French Montana, Rick Ross, Big Sean, like that nasty club stuff. I don't know why, but it's in me, and I like that big 808 sound, and that's what you'd find.
I'm sort of not on the same page as you. I'm sort of listening to the new Sam Smith album, which I'm like really loving right now, and the new Jessie J track, Bang Bang, like to work out and stuff. It's a good one. I'm loving it right now.
That's really cool. So I'm probably going to end up cutting this question out, just because I don't want to like offend you guys. And
go for it. I'm interested now.
Go for it.
When I closed my eyes and I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys sing and not watching the video and not focused on anything else. I'm just listening to you guys. And all I could think of was Natasha Bedingfield and Macklemore.
I mean, I'll take it.
Why would you cut that out?
Don't cut it out.
Keep it in, sir.
The two of you. That's who I heard.
That's funny. I've actually been told that before, Natasha Bedingfield. Well, Macklemore.
Yeah, Macklemore, I get... People tell me that because of the haircut, but also, I get
his haircut. But, I mean, that's definitely a compliment for sure. I'll take it for sure.
I think you should even leave in the part where you say that you might be cutting it out.
I very
now
well...
we're dragging it out, though, so we might actually...
I probably will.
It's dragging.
No, but seriously, the way you pull off your lyrics, it just totally sounded like those two artists, and I wasn't sure how you guys would react to it.
Are you kidding? You could have told me like I sound like a garbage can. I would have been like, well,
really?
That's an opinion.
Okay, so that brings me to a really interesting question. How do you deal with critics?
I can see critics, like there are two types, the constructive criticism and then like the critics that just aren't happy on that day,
Yeah.
Because you get, let's say like on Instagram or YouTube, then you get those, I woke up today and I wasn't happy kind of critics. But in our team and people, like the people in the labels and everyone involved,
we're always open to constructive criticism.
I mean, I know that I'm not as good as I'll be in 5 years, and that's so awesome, or else I would just... think like, wow, it's already over. So we're always looking for constructive criticism. Of course, sometimes it's hard not to let your ego get in the way when you're sure that the song is perfect. And then, maybe make it a bit slower, and we're like, slower?
Make it more American authors.
Yeah, make it more Katy Perry-ish. Like, okay. So it's part of the game, and we're willing to play it, and we love music so much.
We just want to improve, so yeah, we're open to it.
That's the answer.
All right. Because I've asked this question a few times, and I've had people say, well, I just brush it off. And some say, I take it with a grain of salt because maybe there's a grain of truth in it. And I've had others say, well, there's critics and then there's critiques. I completely separate them. Critics, they have nothing but negative things to say, and there is no redeeming value in what they've said. And then there's critiques that have redeeming qualities to them, and I take time to listen to it and to think about it and then to process it and potentially use that
exactly
in my...
Because I think we've developed like some sort of filter where we have confidence level that's high enough to know that some stuff we just can't let in because it's just not true. When you're starting out, I mean, maybe you get more nervous about the opinions, but now we have a confidence level where we know like we're going somewhere and we know who to listen to and what to take and what not to take, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a really great way to look at it.
Thank you.
We were talking earlier about Twitter and an online presence. Where do you guys gravitate to, and do you feel like an online presence is really important to your future?
I think it's super, super important.
It's really important just because I feel like you want to have that feeling with an artist or a celebrity or something. Well, I'm not saying we're celebrities, but I'm just saying you want to have that feeling of closeness, like you belong in their world, and that's what we want. We want people to feel like they can relate to us, and we love Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Even when hopefully when we reach celebrity status, if I can.
That's not what I meant.
If I can, if I can say that, like that's of course what we're aiming for. But that we can still have platforms like that allow us to be close to the people who follow us. And Instagram is so cool because we like taking cool pictures, and it's quick. You take the picture, you post it. There's not too many words.
Except we put like 100 filters.
Yeah. We're like negotiating all day long on the different filters. No, but so Instagram is our favorite, I'd say.
All right. So, how do people find you?
Just Midaz and Ellie, MIDAZANDELLIE. Did I mess it up? I think that's it.
No, that was it.
That was it. So like it's Midaz and Ellie on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook is facebook.com/Midaz and Ellie1.
All right. You guys aren't on like Reverb Nation or SoundCloud?
We have a SoundCloud, but it's private for now. That's where we post like rough versions of tracks and stuff. But yeah, we'll get that up and running as we get more singles out.
All right. And your single Down Together is on iTunes, correct?
iTunes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
And Spotify.
I wasn't aware of Spotify.
You are now.
I am now.
It's a great platform.
I have some off the wall questions. One of them is actually one of my favorites because I get some crazy answers with it.
Okay, go on. I'm scared.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen at one of your shows?
For me, easily like some guy just coming on stage and trying to like shove a bottle of champagne down my throat. And I was like, and then my guitarist stepped in and was like, yeah, I don't think she's that thirsty right now since she's, singing, but
I never get happy about situations where like weird guys come up to her. I know it's part of the game, but I have the brother in me reacts weirdly to that stuff.
No, man, it's anyways. So that was my weirdest experience for sure.
I don't. Can't think of anything real.
I'm sure girls come up there too. It's just I'm not.
Yeah. I think this girl came up and I had to try to dance with her, and like my dancing skills are so weak, and I kind of had to dance in front of everyone. But she was in it to win it. She was going hard, and I couldn't follow, and got pretty awkward.
And I'm sure nobody noticed.
I'm sure they
Except
did.
So I know that creating music, managing your group takes up a lot of time, and sometimes I get real hit or miss answers with this question. So what do you guys do with your free time?
I'm reading. I started reading the Harry Potter books again, which is really nerdy to admit, but yeah.
I'm a TV show kind of guy. I like when the day is done and we can relax and chill. I like running through different TV shows.
He binge watches stuff.
I'm a big fan of like Suits, Entourage. So many shows I could go on for like hours.
He has to start True Detectives now.
Yeah, I have to start True Detective, but I just finished Hannibal, and I wasn't able to sleep while I was watching Hannibal because I always watch it before bedtime and that.
He keeps a nightlight. It's okay.
Yeah, I keep a nightlight. Don't judge me.
No judgment.
Good. Appreciate it.
So, what's the last live show that you guys went to? It could be anybody. I don't. It doesn't have to be mainstream or indie.
For me, it was Imagine Dragons in Montreal.
For me, it was at the Festival d'été this year. And it was the Killers, which I was so happy to see because I had never seen them live. So I was excited about that. It was good.
I've heard both of them are fantastic live.
She said he's hot, but you can cut that out.
No, he is. Leave it in.
Do you guys have advice for new artists?
Well, actually, we still consider ourselves as being new artists. So if you have any advice for us, we'll take it. No, but for real, I guess we're new on a certain level. But if I can rewind to like 6 years ago, just starting out, it's just believing in something that you can't see at all, and you know that like there's no specific way of getting there. Like you have to go further than that. Just believe in that darkness that you'll pull through it and find a way to do what you love. You need to love it enough to not care about the fact that there's no specific path to get there.
What he said.
Yep.
That's probably one of the deepest answers I've had so far.
Oh, you're so deep.
Really,
No, seriously. I've had a lot of people say, you got to be in it to love it,
yeah.
And I've had a lot of surround yourself with the right people.
Of
That
course,
too?
but it's
Yeah.
all part of that path where we've had like people that we surrounded ourselves with these people, and then figured out that oh wow, these are so not the right people, and then it brings you down. And you never know. It's like if I want to be a doctor, it's the hardest thing ever, but at least I know school for that amount of years, and then you need to do that. It's super hard, but it's pre-written. You know what path to follow, and that's the thing about music, where nothing is written down, and you just have to trust that your passion will pull you through. And we're like
Yeah.
not even halfway done. And
That's the part that's the most exciting but most terrifying at the same time.
yep,
Yeah, sometimes you really just have to close your eyes and just run straight forward.
exactly.
For sure.
So I've been hanging out here with Midaz and Ellie, and I really just want to say thank you guys for your time.
Thank
you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
For us as well.
And with that, I'm gonna play their track here. I've got Down Together,
Yay!
and thanks again, guys, for your time.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
If we're going under, got my scuba kit, and I got one for you in case we take a dip. Now I ain't really good a swimmer, but I heard you were, so you can help me out as we sail about. And with every kiss we share, I give you my breath. So no matter how deep you gon' have some left, peace out. See you later, world. I'm free falling, just me and my baby girl. Go.
Hold your breath, count to 10. Don't worry about what happens next. 'Cause if we're going down together. All we have is far from land. Oh, you just gotta take my hand. 'Cause if we're going down together. Na 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 na. Cause if we're going down together.
Head first, we gon' splash, bad Olympic score. Their opinion blocked out, got us living more. We don't mind, do our own thing. We can fly, get your own wings. Girl, we tackle two headers like they're kiddie pools. Plus, you taught me how to dream, I call it night school. We making waves, got them signing up for surf lessons. I hope the teacher won't forget to mention.
Hold your breath, count to 10. Don't worry about what happens next. 'Cause if we're going down together. All we have is far from land. Oh, you just gotta take my hand. 'Cause if we're going down together. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. 'Cause if we're going down together. Under pressure, stormy weather, cold and lost. You just bring me back. Losing north, wrecked onshore, thrown overboard, drowning in your love, Hold your breath, count to 10. Don't worry about what happens next. 'Cause if we're going down together. All we have is far from land. Oh, you just gotta take my together.